The statistic about this year's Afcon is that so far, every game has produced a goal. We've never witnessed a goalless drawn game in the competition. I will come back home in Ghana because the Black Princesses, the national under-20 women's team, are playing against their Senegalese counterparts tomorrow at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. We are going to have here in the studio the management committee chairman of the Black Princesses. He will be joining us with other executives of the team as we talk about the game tomorrow. I will take a trip to Europe. We'll do some transfer stories. We'll bring you the fixtures for the major leagues. Arsenal are playing against Crystal Palace at 12 p.m. today. Early kickoff. What is Arteta saying ahead of the game? We'll bring you all the details in here. And what has been Georgian Club's reaction to Mohamed Salah's injury picked up at Afcon 2023. And we'll also do Australian Open tennis. Yes, we'll talk tennis this morning as well here on the show. You can join us via text 055-1111-995, or you can even send us voice notes in there and I'll play it back for you here on the show. 055-1111-995. That's our WhatsApp line. Immediately we activate the phone lines. You can also join us on phone 0322083596 83597 and share a thought with us about how we're discussing on the show here this morning. My name is Delali Atiasi. Javier Clemente is in here. Fifi Manfred is in here. Eugene Osetutu is around. Our guest for the show this morning is going to be the assistant coach of the Sudanese national football team, Ignatius Oseifusu. We are going to talk tactical issues here, and he's the best man to help us. We are live on Facebook as well. Love 995. Join us in there. Let's hear your thoughts about what we're discussing on the show here this morning. And thank you very much for keeping your doors locked here. Love 99.5 FM. And let's see how we're starting here today. I think to be right for us to go to the foreign world, let's just clear that away. Then we'll concentrate on Afcon. Yes, we'll concentrate on Afcon later. Yes, sure. It's going to be the focus of our main discussion here this morning. So that'll be it back. Eugene, how are you doing? How are you doing, Eugene? Oh, sorry. Looks like your mic is off here. Yes. So, how do you call it? The Afcon is still on. Did you watch the Senegal Cameroon game yesterday?
Charlie,
you watched it?
Tough game.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed in Cameroon how they were playing on until the last 20 minutes where they started making some incursions and attacking Senegal left and right. But I don't know what is wrong with Onana. And I think that we need to start talking about the gentle one. Onana. He's too overconfident. Keeps talking. He doesn't keep concentration because I don't know if we can get the big screen on.
Yeah.
When you see how he conceded the third goal.
Onana.
It's a guy. Onana say
was I usually don't say this, but Onana Onyade was complete. I think he's even overweight.
You know. Yesterday when they started the match, I think in the first 3 minutes or so, he gave away a pass and I was like, what's he thinking? And he just shouting.
Andrew Nana.
Onyade.
Avi.
Yeah, Dona.
Will you be happy if Onana switches from Man U to Chelsea?
Why not us now?
Oh no, I'm asking you a question. You didn't ask me. I'm the one asking you.
No, so I'm asking you a question. But don't.
As now we have a good goalkeeper, was that?
Right. Or Ramsdale?
The two of them all. Super.
Better than Onana.
Oh, come
baby.
on.
Baby.
No, but you see, yesterday, I was just like I was telling you this morning.
Onana.
I don't know whether it's because he plays for Manchester United. It has got into his head. He thinks he's just maybe above all the players on the field. Yesterday, you saw him. There was one instance that they were going to effect a free kick, and he came all the way from his goal area.
Yes, to the center circle.
No, even just outside the 8-yard box of the opponent, just to advise on how to take it and things like that. Give them some small pep talk before he went back.
What was he going to do there? Or is it the coach who gave him that instruction?
The man is a top man now. He wants to give the young guys some advice on how to take the free kick.
Yesterday, I saw a comment on Twitter. And I think that I saw a comment on Twitter. I think it's feeding to what Adi is saying. Don't you think, because Ondua was the one in the post when they won the Afcon. Don't you think how he
because that time he was having problems with the FA.
Yes,
with the federation.
How he snubbed the team in quotes. The delay in coming to camp and all that. Don't you think bringing him into this game will also drowse the confidence of Ondo and other goalkeepers and send a signal of you can do whatever you want, but you'll be given a chance to play?
Well, there are different opinions on that. Others feel that, well, the moment he has committed himself to come and he's patriotic enough to come, we should just give him the opportunity. But others like Gabriel Zakoni, former DR Congo international, I've been listening to him on the BBC a couple of times. He says that, well, for him, Charlie, such a favor or whatever it is brings division into the dressing room. So for him, he will not even allow him to even be in the post again, or he will not even allow him to even join the team. If he knew he was not going to come in time, he shouldn't have even reported to camp at all. But well, this is the case that he has come. So if he has come, what do you do?
You see, the issue he had with Rigobert Song the last time was basically the way he initiates attacks for Cameroon. You know, at Manchester United, Erik ten Hag likes to go a ball playing. They call them ball playing goalkeepers. So you go to Manchester City, they have Edison Moraes and the other guys. They have ball playing goalkeepers. So
I think that's why Ateta also brought Raya.
Yes, that's why Ateta also brought Raya. And that is why David De Gea, for instance, left Manchester United because they wanted somebody, a goalkeeper who can initiate the attack from behind. But you see, if you watch him carefully, realize that for Cameroon, that strategy that Pep adapts so well at Manchester City and maybe to some extent Ateta and other guys also, they do so well in the Premier League. Cameroon don't play that style.
Song was not part of that generation.
Cameroon, no. You know my Rastaman friend. He's on a different level altogether. So you see, the styles are completely different.
Yeah.
So yesterday, if you watch, there were several instances where he had the ball and he just hit the ball, long ball, and just allowed the opposing team to have possession again, and it was repetitive. He kept on doing it. He kept on doing it. They get a ball instead of maybe taking his time to maybe pass the ball from the back. You just hit the long ball, and the opposing team will get the Senegalese will get it, and they were always under pressure. Always under pressure.
Well, we'll be talking about the Afcon. We'll be doing more on the Afcon, but now let's take a trip to the international front. Let's bring to our listeners some details of the stories that we have to share with them, especially on the fixtures, the league fixtures. We'll be doing some transfers in Australian Open as well. Fifi Manfred, gentlemen, good morning to you. How are you?
Boss, good morning. I'm fine. Yourself, please.
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah.
995, you can join us in there as well. This man says, his name is Takida Kopa. He says, following you live from Mombasa, Kenya, in East Africa. Okay, thank you very much, Kopa Takida. I guess I got the pronunciation of your name right. We thank you so much for watching live from Mombasa in Kenya. Yeah, Fee, I hope you're doing well.
Hey, Del, I'm good. I'm doing very well. We are waiting that maybe Monday things go align.
Yeah, against Mozambique.
Yeah.
Not from Mozambique, things will align, but
it has to align.
That's whether we'll be able to make it to the next day. That's the problem.
No, but if it aligns, I think that what we just need to do is to win that game against Mozambique.
Win it convincingly. Winning
because goals will matter.
Yes, win and make sure that we win massively. Yes, that's what we have to do.
Okay,
it's only about winning, but winning with a lot of goals. Yes,
yeah, with a lot of goals. We saw Kivet do it, but it doesn't mean that we can also do it that way anyway. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. But I think I'm beginning to have some confidence, putting into perspective how we played against Egypt. But let's do this. After that, we'll come to that.
Okay, so there are lots of games going on in Europe today. We'll start with the Italian Serie A. And today, this morning, in fact, it's 9 a.m. Ghana time, AS Roma, who have sacked their manager, Jose Mourinho, will be playing at the Stadio Olimpico with Verona.
Is that man still relevant in coaching?
I heard that Chelsea fans said they wanted you. I just shook my head.
Who wants you?
You need on social media they were clamoring for him. Have you? Say Mourinho should come and take us back to the glory.
Those who when they talk, it doesn't even go beyond Kumasi. So
Jose Mourinho,
when they talk, it doesn't even go beyond
Kumasi. Jose Mourinho,
you should be looking for some.
No, but this talking about Mourinho to Chelsea or Mourinho
like generally as a coach.
Oh, but he's still a very good coach. There's no doubt about it.
Club level.
Yes, he's still a very good coch.
Okay,
he's still just that Mourinho must check his temperament. I think that's basically the problem that he has. The way he's older now. He must be able to control himself. He let some of these small things that happen on the field just get to him, and It's not good.
Is that not his style?
No.
His style?
No, he was like that
And
when
he wants to keep that style.
He was like that at Porto when he came to Chelsea. I think the first time we saw traces of that in him. The second time was worse. The second time we saw that he's very temperamental.
When he came to Man United,
okay, so normally when you are growing, you let some of these things go. You don't still attach yourself, or you don't hold on to some of these things. But Mourinho is growing and it's getting worse. So normally you think that somebody who has turned 60 will act like a 60-year-old, especially on the field when he's sitting on the touchline.
Yeah.
But he picks more red cards than even his players on the field. So it's a problem.
Okay. Yeah, let's do with the fixtures and let's come back to that.
Have you today? Mourinho will not be there. Daniele De Rossi is going to be in the dugout for Roma versus Verona. Then later in the day, there's going to be Udinese in Udine versus AC Milan. Then on Sunday, there's Lecce playing at home against Juventus. And
let's just tell our listeners that that's not the full fixtures. So just pick some of the major.
Okay. So these are the major fixtures across Europe. In the German Bundesliga, there is Freiburg playing at home against Hoffenheim. There's FC Cologne also playing against Borussia Dortmund. Bochum will play as host to Stuttgart. Darmstadt will also play at home to Eintracht Frankfurt, whilst RB Leipzig in Leipzig will play as host to Bayer Leverkusen. That's a huge game. Leipzig versus Bayer Leverkusen. Then on Sunday, there's Bayern Munich versus Werder Bremen. Maybe Harry Kane and the new English boy Eric Dyer may get to play together for the very first time in German soil. But Bayern will be playing as host to Werder Bremen. Borussia Mönchengladbach will play against Augsburg also on Sunday at 8 p.m. Ghana time. Then on Saturday in the La Liga, there are a host of fixtures as well. 7:15, there's going to be Villarreal playing as host to Real Mallorca. Then Valencia in 9:30 will playing against Atletico de Bilbao. Then Celta Vigo will playing against Real Sociedad. And on Sunday, Real Madrid will playing as host to Almeria in their quest to win the Spanish La Liga. Then Real Betis versus Barcelona. Big one. Real Betis versus Barcelona. And then finally, Granada playing as host to Atletico.
Okay, but Real Madrid were beaten in the course of the week in the Copa del Rey, right? By Atletico, 4 goals to 2. Anyway, we'll be doing the English Premier League in a moment. But let me say good morning to you, Mr. Kojo Safo Kantanka. You're the chief architect, KNUST, a.k.a. Bicat. Or a.k.a. Eddie. Good morning to you. I know you are doing the listening wherever you are. All right, so let's do the EPL quickly. Let's see the matches coming up. Early kickoff today. Arsenal.
This morning, Arsenal are going to play against Crystal Palace in a huge London derby.
Why
it's a big one. Arsenal will be struggling.
Why the laugh? I just said early kickoff, Arsenal. Or is it not early kickoff?
So I can't even laugh on the show.
But I can't just say something and you're laughing like that. It's quite sarcastic. I don't understand it.
You think it's because of what you said? No, it's not because of what you said. I just felt like laughing.
Okay, you go ahead with the fixtures.
But right now, how many points are you away from there?
5.
It's
just 5.
It's 5 just. It's 5 points just.
Charlie. So the momentum sees.
What at all?
Yeah, Ganes.
So what at all is the problem?
I don't know. Javi, I don't know.
Get the momentum.
We lost 3 consecutive matches. So come on, Massa. Charlie. Losing to West Ham, losing to how do you call it? After West Ham, Fulham.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean,
the
West Ham one, we had 74% of possession.
They beat you by 2 goals in here.
Yeah. Hey,
serious.
Arsenal. So me right now there, I'm just watching.
Arsenal now watching. I just what
Anyway, let's go ahead.
So Arsenal will play as host at the Emirates versus Crystal Palace. Roy Hodgson's side will be meeting Arsenal to see if they can upset them again. Then Brentford will also be playing at the Brentford Community Stadium versus Nottingham Forest. That's on Saturday. And then on Sunday, some of the picks for you. There's going to be Sheffield United playing against West Ham United. And then, of course, finally, AFC Bournemouth will be playing against Liverpool, Georgian clubs Liverpool. Okay, so let's start with the league and let's hear from Mikel Arteta. He says that he's got a lot of respect for Roy Hodgson and his team as they go into the game today.
A massive respect, a big admiration for the way he's conducting his, especially, and the trajectory that he's had. His teams are extremely well organized. They are really hard to beat. He's really good at provoking things that he wants in the game, and tomorrow is going to be a big battle for us, that's for sure.
All right, now ahead of this game, some Arsenal fans have been speaking. They are saying that, look, Mikel Arteta should go in for a striker. A very potent striker. And you know the names they are mentioning?
Who? Who?
Karim Benzema.
The form that we were on going into that winter break, if that was to continue, then, we can kiss the season goodbye pretty soon.
We need to see something from Arsenal come Saturday, a real convincing win to make us feel confidence again back in the fan base.
Bro, you take Benzema even at this age, but do you see what we've got? He can be the one to guide this team. I wish we could get a Benzema or someone of that ilk that's been there, done that at the highest level, still, very competitive at a later age, because I think that's something that this team lacks, in my opinion.
Okay, so someone who has done it up there to that level, yes. So maybe Lewandowski and Benzema will help anyway. But today, Brentford are playing against Nottingham Forest. Now, Ivan Toney is going to make a return to the team, Brentford, and his coach, Thomas Frank, says that he is going to come out of the dugout with the captain's armband.
He's buzzing. He's like under 8-year-old boy. Just want to go out and play. Maybe his first football game, or just that pure joy of playing football, and that's what he wants. He is. I'm looking into the eyes of a player that are very committed, very excited, and can't wait. And I think I can break it now. He will start tomorrow, and he will also lead the team out of the tunnel. He'll be the captain because Christian is injured. So I'm pretty sure he is ready.
All of a sudden, he's become such a huge figure for both English football and his club. Anyway, but Ivan Toney himself says that he can't wait to come out of that tunnel today.
I think just little bits like walking into the stadium before the game, just bantering with everyone. Even the warm-up, the biggest thing in football I hate is warm-ups. But I feel like I've missed that and I can't wait to do that. Obviously, I know you have to do it. Yeah, little things like that, little silly things. And I think the first moment, walking out the tunnel, just before the game, everyone's screaming and the whistle goes to kick off. I think that's when the excitement will be there.
All right, so away from the league, quickly let's do something on the transfer market. And Bayern Munich, according to reports, are interested in signing Newcastle in England right back Kieran Trippier. According to Sky in Germany now, with Bayern Munich facing difficulties in agreeing a loan with PSG for Nordi Mukwele, their focus is now turning to Kieran Trippier. Now, the transfer show on Sky also says that the details whether Newcastle United could look to sign Calvin Phillips in the January transfer window. Meanwhile, Juventus are also interested in the player, according to Sky Sports.
Lots of interest in Calvin Phillips, but it's my understanding that Juventus are currently the front runners to sign him. Absolute key for Calvin Phillips, though, is to play first-team football. He's desperate to play regular first-team football. We're in a European Championship. So as things stand, Juventus front runners to sign him, but plenty of interest as well from the Premier League.
You mentioned Premier League clubs. Which clubs?
Well, Newcastle primarily, they've been long-term admirers of Calvin Phillips. There's no secret of that, but there are lots of challenges to this deal. Obviously, Newcastle are working within pretty strict financial constraints.
All right, so that's a bit on. That is Calvin Phillips. But there's also reports from the camp of Arsenal that Emil Smith-Rowe could also be a transfer target for West Ham United, but Mikel Arteta says Smith-Rowe will stay because he's happy with him.
I'm really happy with Emil, and he's in the right trajectory, and now he's settled, he's training really well, and you know that I'm not going to be talking about any individual situation. Emil is Emil, and he's got incredible qualities, and we are really happy to have him, and what he needs now is chances to put all the desire and qualities that he have on the pitch. In order to do that, we have to give him minutes.
All right, guys, can we get straight into the foreign tidbits? I don't know whether we will take a look at the fixtures and some of the transfer stories. Let me start with you quickly, then let's see what's going
on. For me, it's Arsenal's situation. And I think that in recent games, Arsenal and Mikel Arteta, for one, seems to have overthought a lot of things that he used to do. I think he's beginning to complicate things for himself, especially in Arsenal's forward line. You see, Saka is out of form and he's tired.
For tired, I think I'll accept it. But out of form,
but the goals aren't coming as much. The contribution to the team, aren't coming because of the tiredness. And I think that Arteta has to rest him. But he keeps on playing him game after game after game. even though Arteta is not giving him what he wants, it is time for him to.
Even though Saka is not giving him what he wants.
Yes, Saka is not giving him what he wants. It is time for him to.
But what does that tell you? It tells you straight away that we don't have a strong bench. It's as simple as that.
Yes, but then Gabriel Jesus can play out first. So he play. I think he just doesn't trust Eddie Nketiah so much to start him off that he feels that Eddie is supposed to be second half. I'll bring in Eddie Nketiah. So let's still play Saka. Or yes, it is true that the quality of Saka you don't have on the bench again. So he looks across the bench, and in terms of midfield, you have a lot of quality. Defense, he can get quality, change things. But at the attack, he doesn't have. Again, I was thinking that
should reinforce.
Yes, I was thinking that in January you would go for a killer.
He says he's happy with the players. He has.
Then he has to get a box striker. If there was I know Arteta will not go for Osimhen. I know they will not go for. That's big name, but the Šeško's, Benjamin Šeško's, Victor Guy, those very good up and coming strikers that are on the markets that can better Arteta's teams. I will be sad if the season goes by and Arteta doesn't win anything again. I'll be very sad. I think that last season, this season, they've done a very, very good job.
What is left with is very huge ones, so very difficult ones.
Right?
Champions League and the league itself. Because we are out of the FA Cup, we are out of the Carabao Cup, so there's nothing left in there.
But in my Champions League, I think that's now go far. I think your team is actually built for very good European football. In the last few games that I've seen, I think that Arsenal will go far. I'm just worried about the league with Man City's momentum and Kevin De Bruyne back. It may sound like a cliche, but when I watch the Newcastle game, he's back.
Yeah.
And when he's back like that, it's something that you may not be able to deal with. And it's good news for Ivan Toney and Brentford and Thomas Frank. In life, sometimes people deserve second chance. After everything that he has gone through, he decided not to give up on himself. Brentford didn't give up on him. He said he had to go to Nashville in the US to get a personal trainer. According to that documentary that they put together for him, he has even become better. I don't know how the better is going to be, but we'll start by seeing that today against Nottingham Forest at home. So that's going to be a very, very good opportunity for him. And then clubs wanted him. At some point, Chelsea are looking at either him or Victor Osimhen, but the amount of money that Brentford were asking for him, and also his return coincided with Wisa coming for the Afcon, and then Brian Mbeumo also getting injured. So he's the main outlet now for Brentford. If you'd want to buy him, it has to be a huge amount of money. Chelsea are here pulled out of his deal, but this is a very, very good opportunity for him to prove himself, and then in the summer, hopefully, any other team can come through for him. So, and if you look at Manchester City, the kind of football that they are playing now, and Jurgen Klopp, I think that for Liverpool, it has kick-started. And I have a feeling that if Liverpool have given everybody a head start after the winter window, and the games that they are going to play are good games for them to be playing, then we are in trouble. My only issue with Liverpool is, in recent times, most of the games that they play seem to be going through Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he's injured. It's a hamstring injury. I don't know how.
He's going to miss just about 3 weeks. So
just about 3 weeks. So it means that the Chelsea game he won't play, and then a couple of games. Well, that's fine. I just want to see how Liverpool are going to fare with him. For Mohamed Salah, there hasn't been a single time where he has been out of the Liverpool team where they've not won. Anytime he's out, they seem to do fine.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about Trent. Robertson, I saw the last time that he has also returned to the team, and looks as if everything is okay in there. I want to quickly talk about the Italian Serie A, then we can move on. Juventus. I'm excited about Juventus and Internazionale Milan. First Inter Milan. Last night I watched them against Lazio 3-0 at the Giuseppe Meazza. Excellent football. I think that in European football now, if there is any group of teams that we can describe as complete, then Simeone Inzaghi's Inter Milan is one of them. They were brilliant yesterday. Mid block, high press, low block, counter pressing, defending the box, every aspect of the game that you think of. And then they have 3 players for themselves in the Manchester City. 3 players that have scored 10 plus goals. Thuram, yesterday Hakan Çalhanoğlu, and then Lautaro Martinez were brilliant off the start. And that's exactly the kind of job that Simeone Inzaghi has done for them. And with everything that he is doing, they are looking at winning the Italian Serie A this season, after Napoli did last season. Juventus are also doing an excellent job. Excellent job, Massimiliano Allegri. I'm excited that they are going in for Calvin Phillips, possibly. He's going to add so much more technical stuff into the middle of the park for them. After Adrian Rabiot, Weston McKennie, if you're able to add Calvin Phillips into the middle of the park, Manuel Locatelli, it makes the middle a better one for them. Sometimes when even after all the players like Fagioli who can also play in the middle of the park, it is going to be important to have that quality from Calvin Phillips, who will seek a resurgence in the Italian Serie A. So Juventus, Inter Milan going neck and neck for the Italian Serie A. Juve, after everything that happened to them, Allegri seems to be getting the job done. Also playing with the three back with Federico Gatti and Bremer at the back. Then Inter also doing same. We spoke briefly about AS Roma. I think that Mourinho has done, quite a good job. He has taken them back to discussions in Europe and everything. So it's a good one for Roma. And then in the Italian Serie A, your man is under a lot of pressure. Stefano Pioli at AC Milan. They still want to sack him, and
I think they seem to have been picking up.
Yeah. I don't know. And in Italy they call him the man with the 9 lives. Immediately the reports begin to come that they will sack him. Then results begin to go well. So now it's coming. But Antonio Conte is, as long as Antonio Conte is at home in Italy, every manager that flops slightly, the reports will come that you may go. I knew that Conte was not going to take the Roma
But
job.
you see, in this world, what I've realized about football is that the coaches keep rotating with the clubs. That's what is happening. In England, in Spain, that is what they are just going round. They will sack him from here, then you go and pick the job here. Sack him. Come, Massa.
So you want new coaches?
There are new guys in the system. They should go and start using them. Anyway, Javi, let's have your bite.
No, but this Ivan Toney thing, I think that the guy he's very lucky, very, very, very lucky. When the issue broke, one of the things that we heard was that they were looking for.
He's been out for 8 months.
A longer ban. More than the number of bans.
Because I think he breached 132.
He's just addicted to the thing. So
I was going to ask that in his rehabilitation, did they also take him through?
I'm sure they will do that. Okay. I'm sure they will do that. And I've listened to Thomas Frank, their manager, and I think the problem basically with Brentford now is that they have 7 defeats in their past 8 Premier League games. 7 defeats in the past 8 Premier League games, and it's not the best. Just 3 points above the drop zone. So they need somebody. If you mentioned the fact that Mbomo is injured, Wisa is also on international duty with his team at Afcon. So they definitely will have to get somebody who will be able to score the goals for them. And the ban was crafted in such a way that he was able to train with the team at a certain point in time. I think somewhere around September or so, he joined the team and trained with the team. So it's not as if he's been out completely from the Brentford team. And his inclusion, just like Thomas Frank says, is good because when he was around, he was more or less like the guy who was banging in the goals for them. So now that 2 other strikers who played in his stead are also not around, his inclusion is going to be very good for Brentford. But as to whether he'll be able to bring the Ivan Toney, play like the Ivan Toney that we used to see before he was banned, that's also another thing that we'll have to look at. And the fact that he's going to start as a captain is also enough motivation. I think that Thomas Frank has been very smart. I think that he's seen that the guy has been out for a very long time, and he thinks that maybe letting him be the captain for the day will also give him motivation for him to go and do well for the club. So it's good. Let's wait and see. The speculation definitely will come. And I listened to his interview on Sky Sports where he says that where he said that he wants to play for a big club. And if you play for Brentford and you say you want to play for a big club, then it means that in your mind you don't think that Brentford.
In fact, he's preparing the minds of the Brentford supporters that one day or very soon so he might be leaving.
He wants to play for a big club, and Arsenal and just like Fifi said, Chelsea came into the picture. But unfortunately, the 2 teams that I've mentioned are also gradually moving out of the picture. So I don't know what is going to happen to. But I'm very sure that if given the opportunity that he's gotten now, if he's able to score like the way he scored when he was before the ban, I'm sure some of these big clubs will come for him. I'm not sure he's going to stay at Brentford for a very long time.
Yeah. Okay, it's 5 minutes to 7. But on the Australian Open, Novak Djokovic also made it through to the 4th round. In the ladies' division, we have some. Emma Raducanu has been knocked out. The likes of Tunisian Ons Jabba is also out. But although Djokovic made it through to the 4th round, he's not been at his best, and he says that he caught some flu before coming, and probably that's also having a toll on him. But the weather in Australia, can they change the date at all? Because it's sweltering and the players are suffering on the pitch, on the courts. It's having a toll on them. Some are choked. it's just too much. I mean, tennis in this kind of heat, I'm surprised that they consistently fix the Australian Open in such a weather. It's really not helping them in any way at all.
Is it not because they can't find, because you have Grand Slam, how to play?
It's been traditional,
Open,
so they want to just keep
the Wimbledon, you have to go and play this, you have to go and play that. So I don't know whether they can find any month. And the athletes themselves, these tennis guys, they also the physical congestion. Sometimes they also suffer, so they also want a period where they can at least rest for some time before they go into another major.
4 Grand Slams, right? After this, the next one is, I think, the how do you call it? The French Open. Mm-hmm. Then they will do Wimbledon. Yeah. Wimbledon is usually in June, July. Mm-hmm. Then they will do Flushing Meadows, I think, in September. Mm-hmm. So, but because the players have been complaining, honestly speaking, and I mean, Kyrgios was talking about it yesterday. That look, players are dying. But it's not just about tennis. It's about the health of the players as well. But let's take a listen to Djokovic just in a while. We'll come back.
I played better than I did in the first 2 rounds, so that's a positive change, I guess. Starting to feel better, and game-wise and physically as well, so it's positive signs, but I still haven't been playing at my best. Actually, I'm really relieved and glad that I played the way I played and felt the way I felt tonight. Definitely much better than what was the case in the first 2 matches. So yeah, coming into the tournament, I haven't really felt great health-wise, physically, and also game-wise. So I haven't had a best out of the tournament in terms of the quality of tennis, but I'm in the 4th round. So I believe that things will progress as the tournament goes on. So hopefully every day will be better.
Once everything's perfectly organized, I'll start.
Okay, sorry about that. So that was Novak Djokovic. Therefore, you've got 2 minutes more to hit the top of the hour 7. We are going to zoom straight into the Afcon discussion here on your super station, Love 99.5 FM.
This album brings a lot of memories to me. When growing up in Tema, I have a friend in Tema, Frank. His father went to Nigeria. Those days, went to Nigeria and came back with it was LP at that time.
Yeah, LP.
Those days, the LP, it has the lyrics of the music at the back.
And I have an uncle of mine.
The lyrics at the back. Yeah. This is from the Uprising album.
Uprising,
yeah. So he had the lyrics at the back, and so there's not even a single song on this album that I can sing.
I think I'm with you in that because I also had an uncle who was rather in Germany anyway. The late Mr. Alfred Kudaya, and when he's coming home, I mean he's blasting it in his car. And we come to his home. We go to his house at Soundsutre, so we go and listen. I used to listen to it a lot, and anytime I hear this song, it brings me back that memory. Yeah. So it's 3 minutes after 7 here on your super station, Love 99.5 FM.
My memories of Love and Ja.
No, later on. And it's been interesting so far. Surprising results in some of the matches coming up. Some disappointments as well. But then the most surprising of all is Cape Verde and what they've been doing in this particular Afcon. I told you earlier in my introduction that this is their 4th time playing in the Afcon. But out of the 4, they've made it through the group stage on 3 occasions. So here they are this time. They are topping the group. They've been the first country to qualify for the round of 16 in a group that comprises Egypt and Ghana, who share between them 11 Afcon titles. Well, Senegal was the second team to make it through to the round of 16. In Group A, we still have Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, and Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea, in fact, are leading the log with 4 points. Nigeria on 4, Cote d'Ivoire on 3. Cape Verde, 6 points. Egypt 2, Ghana 1, Mozambique 1. In Group C, Senegal 6, Guinea 4, Cameroon 1, Gambia. No points in there. So we'll be bringing the matches coming up today, but let's look at AFCON 23, the start up till this time, your impressions. Fifi, let me start with you. What do you make of the competition so far? The surprises that have come in, were they expected? What do you make of the trend, the goals? We've not recorded a goalless drawn game so far. Yeah. Every game produces a goal.
Yeah, I think that for me, the thing that I'm very much impressed about is officiating. That's my AFCON 2023. Especially with the use of VAR. Yesterday there was an incident where, especially the game before, I think that the Mozambican Cape Verde game had a lot of VAR use in there, and it was very good throughout the tournament. I have not seen a single controversial issue when it comes to VAR, when it comes to officiating. In our game against, the Egyptians, the referee in the middle of the park stood his grounds, and he made sure that the game was a very, very good one. In games prior to that,
in Nigeria's game versus Ivory Coast. There was an incident that the referee missed. VAR called him back, looked at the monitor, said it was contact, it was good contact. It's a penalty. I've also realized that the description for handball and penalty in this Afcon is very clear. Unlike the English Premier League, where sometimes the ball hits somebody, it has to form a silhouette, a natural or unnatural body shape and whatnot. Once it is unintentional, they just go to the monitor, look at it. Is this intentional? Is it natural? The natural body. If it's not a penalty. If it is, then we go on. So I've come to love everything officiating this Afcon 2023, and I'm also seeing some female participants, especially in our game that we play against Egypt. There's a female official. I think that the lines woman was in there, and I think that generally officiating has been very good. The African Cup of Nations, and generally it looks as if that referees on the continent seem to be getting things right. I saw Bamiyak Terelsa, your man from Ethiopia, and it's always a delight to watch such a referee. His body language, how he jogs around and everything.
And some of them are so young, eh?
Yeah,
32, 33, and officiating at that huge, big stage.
And it's across the continent. I'm seeing referees from Gambia, from Senegal, almost everywhere.
Yeah,
almost everywhere. I've not seen our Daniel Lai yet.
I was going to say that.
VAR duty.
Yeah, he's on VR.
Oh, but he's still part of the officials. Anyway, so at least
that means that he's a top VR guy.
Yes, I'm sure. Very top in VR.
No, he's an expert in VR.
One day he'll be on the pitch. No, but VR is just translating the same rules, but with the help of a screen. Yeah. So and then
Javier, you know that sometimes you need some temperament in the VR room. You need somebody that can also tell the guy on the
but he should be on the pitch too.
I don't know if you see, we've talked about officiating, and I agree that some years back, we used to have some very, very, very bad officiating. So this time around, the referees don't make mistakes before they even consult the VAR. I think that's very good for our game. And we are having referees from Sudan, we are having referees from Chad, and countries that normally you would not expect to have referees.
And I'm very impressed about the ladies who
are the ladies, and they are all helping. So officiating so far has been very good, and that's one thing that I like so far about the tournament. That we not had cause to complain about officiating in any of the games that have been played, and it's good for the continent. Aside that, I think that organization too has been very good. I listen to commentators praise the Ivorians for their hospitality, for their food, for everything that is going on there. The pitches are very good. Training facilities are very good. The hotels, almost everything is.
They spent $1 billion in organizing this competition.
Almost everything is okay now. The game itself, the one or two games that maybe you get a feeling that we could have played better than the way it was played out. But so far, I think that the emphasis has been on some of these big so-called big countries in Africa. Yeah. But we shouldn't also lose sight of the fact that some so-called minnows are also